Everyone, welcome to the It Doesn't Matter podcast. We are on the Johnless edition. I'm from Delaware. I am BDC. Along with me, we have Poppy Platano, and we have, of course, the host with the most, the notorious DOM Dom.
Boom.
So, what's up, folks? First, thanks for allowing me to do the intro because I felt one of these days I would do it and I would totally muff it up. So,
I do it all the time.
So thank you for getting my feet wet on that. So how's everybody doing?
Good, baby. We good, baby.
Good,
man.
I like that we can feel you, keep you away from the big boy, and fill you with the real wrestling podcast.
John couldn't be here, but the show will still go on. We have people on deck all the time. BDC, he's a regular now. He's a member of the It Doesn't Matter podcast crew. So,
yes, indeed.
We're glad that you're here. You see, you got
definitely glad to be here.
Your belt look like about to fall over.
Yeah, you get up there, Thanos hand. It's like you trying to make a statement, and the statement is I'm gonna fall over. That's not what we're doing here. So guess what? You're no longer holding it. You're no longer holding it. It goes on my shoulder anyway.
Yes.
So.
All right. Well, today's show we're talking about WrestleMania 12. The reason why we're talking about WrestleMania 12 is last month, in the month of February, we did In Your House 6, Rage in the Cage, and they had Shawn Michaels taking on Owen Hart, and that was for the number one contendership, and whoever won that match, obviously, is Shawn Michaels, is going to face Bret the Hitman Hart in the 60-man Iron Man match for that title right there. We also had Diesel. He was in a cage match. I forgot who he fought in that cage match, but the Undertaker. Oh yeah, it was against Bret. Yep. All right, so he fought Bret the Hitman Hart, and Undertaker. He pulled him down to the shadows of hell, the depths of hell, and he came back, and his tights was all ripped up.
Yep.
So this brings us to WrestleMania 12, Anaheim, California, and they show a video package of Bret the Hitman Hart and Shawn Michaels hyping up their Iron Man match, and Shawn, the boyhood dream. And how he started as a rocker, working his way up, doing moonsaults, doing flips. Then you see then you see Bret Hart in the dungeon struggling. I'm like, I don't know why they try to portray Bret being like that.
The underdog. Like, come on,
not the underdog, like the old veteran, you know?
Right. Yeah, like he didn't have it anymore. I was kind of upset.
Yeah, like I did not like that.
Yeah.
All right,
we can talk about how Shawn was doing this thing. He was working his way through the ranks and kicking people's heads through plate glass windows and stuff. So, got to do what you got to do. Anything for the goal, man. Anything for the goal.
Yeah. Anything to please Vince.
Oh, yeah. Look at him. It's Shawn.
Yeah, you hear that a lot in this show right here. All right, well, we got Vince McMahon and Jerry King Lawler on commentary. In our opening match, we have Vader with Jim Cornette in his corner, and he's also partners with Owen Hart and the British Bulldog. He's taking on Yokozuna, Ahmed Johnson, and Jake the Snake. Yokozuna was down with Camp Cornette, but they showed how Yoko turned on Jim Cornette, and then Owen the Bulldog attacked him. And if Yoko wins this match, or if he gets the pin, he gets 5 minutes with Jim Cornette. Well, the match takes off. It's Yoko and Vader. They kick it off. Two behemoths, and these guys, they were moving. They look good. They were definitely moving.
That they were.
But it was a short opener, I would say. The fans they were definitely into it, but I thought it was a little short. But Yoko at this time, like damn near 500 pounds. He was still getting busy, still showing that he had some left in the tank.
Yeah.
Yep.
And basically, Jake is reborn, and he's back. And you can tell like he's like slowed down, whatnot, but
right, he's a little heavier around the midsection.
Yeah.
Which is why he's wearing the extra garb.
I was wondering that too.
They was making him look more like a snake, but they were really hiding the gut. It's all good though.
It was still over, bro. Even with
Yeah,
all that stuff
absolutely,
on, it's
absolutely.
over is over. It's something people
Hmm.
cannot take away from him.
And the thing of it is his character his character lasted. It was just he could turn face, he could turn heel. His character persisted no matter what. He didn't have to change up. He didn't have to do any of that stuff. Now, don't get me wrong. He did the he became more religiously in tune, which started to kind of fold into his character a little bit, but not too, but just enough to like give him less of an edge than he had. But outside of that, he was still Jake the Snake. He was
I
still
still
that guy.
I agree with you in that, but his character lasted so long that it lasted into a new company, AEW, and he had probably one of the greatest promos that you will ever see, where he tells Cody, "With you, when I was always told you don't turn your back on someone you fear or someone you respect." When that being said,
Jake,
only
Jake,
guys like that can last
Jake.
over decades and decades and still be relevant to this day.
Right.
And I keep saying it, everybody. If you're a wrestling fan, if you're a wrestling student, talk to Jake. Pick his brain.
Yeah.
He did it with less. He did not have to yell. He did not have to scream, but he captivated the audience with just saying the right things at the right time. So to
Yep.
Jake,
He's old. He's old guard. He's old
yes,
guard where he is able to maintain one gimmick and he's able to adjust it to the times without having like a wholesale rebrand.
yeah,
And I mean, you know, one of my favorites is Taker, but he did that because his particular gimmick was one that could not. There was no way that gimmick could stand the test of time
no,
as the dead. So he as the dead man. So he did everything he could with the character, and then he made the choice to switch off to the American Badass. And then when people were clamoring for the dead man back, then he brought it back and was able to keep that running for another decade plus. So, but Jake's character is one that he was able to literally just kind of mold with the times without actually changing the core of it. And as I said, that's old guard because you have a lot of guys who get rebranded these days. They come in as different people. They come in, you know, maybe they're the same name, but they're not the same person.
nope.
It's just like a 360, 180 flip from who they were. And guys like him, guys like Scott Hall, because Scott Hall, once he was Razor Ramon, he was Razor Ramon for the rest of his career, even though the name changed.
Yep.
And even Kevin Ash Diesel, name changed, the personalities remained the same.
Yep.
And was still over all that time. So that's, yeah, he was definitely old guard in that regard. Definitely old guard.
Yeah. But I gotta talk about this match, bro, because since when is Vader the smallest guy in a freaking room in the ring?
Dude.
Very rarely.
Dude.
I don't know if you guys caught that.
Owen Hart is the smallest one in the ring.
No, I'm talking about the big men.
Yeah, he definitely was.
I was shocked. I was like looking at Vader, looking at Yoke, looking at Ahmed, and I'm just like, what the size difference? It's incredible. Yep. I mean,
like
later,
Ahmed was
Vader,
not bigger but taller. Yoko was just straight bigger.
Yeah.
I told you how I felt about Vader. How every single time you see him, he getting body slammed, suplex like nothing. I never liked that. For him being supposed to be a big man, you know.
It just his WWE runs just never felt right for me.
Yeah.
They felt like they didn't give him the same respect other companies gave him, like New Japan or WCW.
But that was a Vince thing.
That's because of HBK.
That was a
That's
Vince.
why.
Vince was all Vince. I swear he just didn't really. He didn't really give WWE or WCW performers that came over that level of respect. Either he gave him a clowny gimmick like Razor Ramon, no offense, gave him a clowny gimmick that he basically he took and he sold it and made it a good gimmick, or you know he makes them not look as tough as they seem. I mean, he took One Man King, and what did he turn him into?
A keen African dream.
Yeah, that was just because they wanted to make fun of Dusty. Come on, man.
So I mean, they took Dusty Rhodes, and what did they do? What did they do to him? Put him in polka dots.
And he made it so good, baby.
But again, it's like he does that. He did that to talent. He took Triple H and he turned him into an Englishman.
Well, he was already that.
Correct. No, he was already that in WCW. John Paul Levesque.
Well, he was Terror Rising too. So I remember Terror Rising. I don't necessarily remember the John Paul Levesque character.
Right in early.
But I remember Terror Rising.
94.
Just a little bit just before he came over, he was already there.
But I mean, he does that to WCW talent.
Look at Austin.
Look at Chuck Palumbo.
Oh,
look at Sting.
The worst. He treated Sting the worst.
Yeah. Sting had 3 matches, and he couldn't even get the WrestleMania win.
Nope.
He gets a WrestleMania win, and he gets what he got.
I told Platinum, I'm like, yeah, he's gonna win tonight because he had a match on Raw, and who was it against? Big Show and whoever else. Yep, I'm like, there you go. That's his win because he's gonna lose at WrestleMania, and that's a damn sure what happened.
Yep. So disrespectful.
All right, well, back to this match. Yeah. Well, there's a melee. They start brawling. Jake hits the DDT on Owen. Jim Cornette comes in with a tennis racket. He hits Jake on the back, and then Vader takes out Jake. Yep. And then that Vader bomb. 1, 2, 3. Vader and Bret Owen and Bulldog are your winners.
So no 5 minutes for Yoko.
Nope.
Nah, he's already tired.
He was laid out on the floor. He wasn't, even if they had won the match, he wasn't getting that 5 minutes in.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, after this, we see a video package of Roddy Piper, and they're showing everything that this man what this man has done for the company, for the WWF. Yep. And then they start showing Goldust playing all these mind games with Piper. So now Piper, at the time, he was the president of the company. Well,
he was president of WWF.
Yep. So he's gonna face Goldust in a Backlot Brawl, Hollywood Backlot Brawl, and we see Goldust pull up in a gold caddy. That shit was tight.
I was like, oh, look, Goldie.
That shit was tight.
Yep.
And then Piper, he's standing there with a baseball bat, and then we see him with the hose. He said he's gonna hose down the Backlot for some reason, and he does. He hoses the cars down, and then Piper, he swings the bat, and then he's getting fucking crazy. Like
he was not working. He
took that shit personal.
Yeah.
He messed that car up. He's chasing Goldust out the car, choking Goldust with a baseball bat.
Yep.
Oh my god. He was swinging that bat. He was swinging that. Like, it made me wonder. I'm like, is that a gimmick bat or no? Because
I don't know, bro. That looked a little too close.
Yeah, because he would have knocked Dustin out if he would have connected the car to the head. Boy.
He was trying to take Dustin to a place he didn't want to go. He was trying. He was trying.
He messed him up. He busted Dustin open.
Yep.
And then
Dustin, if we ever get a chance to talk to you, we're gonna have to talk about that.
Oh yeah, I would definitely want to talk about this. I would definitely want to talk about this.
He rocked the shit out of him. I mean, he had that blood spot on his head. I was just like, damn.
Tony, give us 30 minutes. That's all we need.
That's all we need. So Dustin finally turned the match around. He low-blowed Piper. And then he gets in his car. He takes off. Piper jumps on top of the car. He hits Roddy Piper and right into the dumpster. Oh, my God. I'm like, this is a sight for sore eyes. I remember watching this. This is 1996. I was 8 years old when this joint happened.
Yep.
This was fun.
Remember. Yeah, it was fun. The next time we see Roddy Piper chasing Goldust, then he hops in a white Bronco. And BDC, I'm 8 years old. Me, 8 years old. We know what's in the tabloids, what's going on, but we don't really even pay attention. So I'm watching this shit. I'm like, and I'm a big fan of all the documentaries and the whole O.J. Simpson stuff right now.
Yep.
And when I seen the white Bronco, I had a little smile on my face. But when I seen they had the blood on the damn door, on the handle of the door,
I'm like, oh my god.
I'm like, oh man, what's up with that?
Look, I promise you, because at that point, that was 98. So at that point, I am 22 years old at this point. So soon as I saw the Bronco, because I forgot about it. So the moment I see Roddy Piper getting into a Ford Bronco, I'm like, oh shit, they're using OJ shit, aren't they? I was like, they're gonna use OJ shit. Here we go.
This is 96.
96.
I was like, here we go. I'm like, they're about to use OJ shit.
We had no clue about it, so it was entertaining. Like I said,
back then, no clue. Now, as soon as I saw it, I'm like, oh shit.
I heard rumors that they wanted OJ for this.
Oh, he was.
Oh man, I watched all them documentaries, man, and then when he finally turned himself in, and then after he wanted to talk to his mom in the house, OJ seen all the black people. He said, well, these niggas doing in Brentwood. Yeah, I fucking lost it when OJ said that shit.
Dude, I was mad because I was watching the NBA Finals when this shit happened. I was mad as hell. I was like, yo, can I get to the game? Shit. I didn't care. I was like, yo, okay, so we're watching a slow speed chase. Why can I not watch the game? I just want to finish watching the game. Can I please finish watching the game?
The phone call. You know who I am, motherfucker? AC.
AC Cowlings.
Oh my god!
All right, well, Piper is chasing the gold caddy Goldust somewhere, and they take it back to ringside. So our next match, we have Stone Cold Steve Austin with Ted DiBiase taking on Savio Vega, and we see Doc Hendricks, good old Michael P.S. Hayes with Savio Vega, and he's showing the footage of Austin and Savio tagging, and then Austin didn't want to tag himself in. And Savio basically said it's been a dream to wrestle at WrestleMania. He's ready to do anything, and there you go.
He's ready to fight.
So the match begins, and Stone Cold and Savio, they're all about business. They bring in the heat. And then while the match happens, kind of give me some WCW vibes from what we see. They're always going to interfere on a match you should be paying attention to. Roddy's on the phone. Yep. He said, this fruitcake is going to get it. He's driving 80 miles per hour on the freeway. You can hear the sirens in the background. And then you hear Jerry King Lawler. Like, this is deja vu all over again.
I was like, are they using actual OJ footage right now?
Oh, yeah, that's actual OJ footage.
Yeah, it is. It was actual OJ footage. It's like, this is wild that they actually used footage from the OJ chase. Yeah. And nobody got on their ass for it. I am very surprised about that.
That's funny. Roddy gets back. Roddy's phone was cutting in and out. He got back on the phone and said, he doesn't care if he heads to Tijuana. He's going to make a man out of that fruitcake. I'm like, oh, Lord.
That wouldn't fly in this day and age.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
But for that time, oh, my God.
And like I said, while the match was taking place, like it seemed like the fans did not care about Stone Cold and Savio. They were just
And I mean, it was that middle ground time because he wasn't the ringmaster anymore, but he wasn't yet. He was still needing to be managed. He was still technically the $1 million champion.
Yeah. And this isn't one of their best matches too. The best match was still to come yet. I think it was when
the lights got blacked out.
Yeah, that match. Whew. When they redid that one, that was a hell of a match.
Yeah, so while the match's still going on, we get aerial footage of the Bronco and Mad Cops just right behind him. And Vince McMahon said, oh, this looks very familiar. Oh, man. Savio goes for 2 clothesline. He connects. Then he goes for a spin kick. He misses, and he knocks out the ref.
Yep.
Ted DiBiase goes for the $1 million title, and Austin takes out Savio Vega because of the distraction. Mm-hmm. He nails him. Then he's choking his ass out.
It's over.
And then Ted's trying to wake up the referee. The referee's knocked out. Ted gets some Pepsi or some Coca-Cola. It doesn't matter what he got. He threw on the ref. The ref is still laid out.
Yep.
And then he finally got up, and Savio's out, and Austin is your winner with that $1 million dream.
As the saying goes, he could have counted to 100.
Yeah, The match is over, and Austin still had it locked in.
Yep.
And then they showed the replay when Austin took the belt and cracked the shit out of Savio with that. Like, damn, did you hear that joint?
Listen. It is a different animal to get cracked in the head by the $1 million belt versus any other belt in the company. It is a whole different animal. Either you getting solid steel or you getting diamond encrusted scraping on your forehead. One of the two.
Yeah, so $30,000 back in the day. Right now, it'd be like $100,000, maybe even more.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Whew. All right. Well, they showed more footage of the Bronco, and man, this footage is looking real serious. I'm like, oh man, it's looking very familiar right here.
Yep.
All right. Well, after this, we see Mr. Perfect with that blue suit that he always wears. Seems like he always had one suit. It's always that blue one.
I always wear that too.
He's interviewing Diesel, and he shows the footage of how Taker pulled him through the ring at In Your House 6, Rage in the Cage. Mm-hmm. Then a week later, Diesel comes down to the ring, and then Taker just disappears, playing the mind games with Diesel. And then they show the coffin, and Diesel was laid up inside of it. That's a lot of mind games. I want to see how they pull that stunt off, because that looked real good.
Was that like a taxidermist or something, or some kind of fake mannequin that they did with that? That was a hell of a job.
Oh yeah.
I tend to think that it was a sleight of hand. That there was a body in the coffin, but it didn't look as much like Diesel as we thought, or as we are led to believe. I think what they literally did was they had an image of Diesel really laying down, and they swapped that in, because you notice you never saw the body inside the coffin or the face. You literally only saw the close-up of his face, and then he stumbles back, and he goes to slam it, and the only thing you see is like this much of the face and then the rest of the body. So I think it might have been sleight of hand. I think there was a body, but I don't think the body looked as close to Diesel as that picture that we saw.
It's possible. You could do that. You can have like video footage of him already laid up, and then just
video footage of him just laying down, laying flat with his, like he's in a coffin, and you just kind of slide that into that shot.
Hey, they were always ahead of the game when it comes to production, so I can see that happening.
Yeah, because if that was an actual real body, then I would say they hired somebody from Madame Tussauds to do it, because them
the wax people. Oh man.
Yeah, the wax museum.
Yeah, A1 from what I've heard.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Diesel said, they don't call me Big Daddy Cool for no reason. He said he doesn't sweat big men or big things or little things. Undertaker is a big obstacle, but he's not worried about him. And Shawn Michaels, you be ready, because when the time comes, I'm taking that title.
So he's already the number one contender before this shit's even over?
Basically.
What the hell?
All right, well, our next match, we have Hunter Hearst Helmsley with the beautiful valet this time, and she was fine. We have Sable making her debut, and he's taking on the return of the Ultimate Warrior. And there's a lot of rumors that the Warrior it wasn't him. He's been gone. He's fat.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Heenan said he's bald and 500 pounds.
King said that.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, King said that.
Yeah.
But
see, still on my nitro thing. I'm sorry.
That theme song hit. That pop was loud for the Warrior.
Oh my God!
And he embraced it, because you could see him standing in the aisleway first before he started hyping up, and then he ran down to the ring. And I remember this time in 1996, because they came out that Jack's Pacific action figure Warrior. I had that shit with the coat and all that. That's when wrestlers looked like real wrestlers right there. That shit was dope. I had that shit. John, I want you to look that up. Jack's Pacific Ultimate Warrior. I had that joint back in the day.
Yeah, I'm gonna look that up.
Oh yeah. But Warrior, he's playing to the crowd, and Hunter just attacks him. When Warrior still has jacket on, Triple H, he pedigrees him. This man got up like nothing.
Yep.
He got up like nothing. Nobody ever get up from a pedigree.
Yep.
Nobody.
And if you put the counter on at that moment when he hit him with the pedigree, the match was over in less than 3 minutes.
Yep.
Yo,
it was over.
Typical Warrior. Warrior had him with that haymaker punch, followed by 3 clotheslines, shoulder tackle, gorilla press, big splash, and then the most disrespecting pin ever, the double knees on the chest.
Yeah,
for the win.
Man.
Like, wow.
Listen.
Big ups to Triple H for doing all that, though.
He had no choice.
Yeah, still.
He was just Hunter Hearst Helmsley back then.
Hunter Hearst.
Yes, Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
We know about the no, we didn't have the curtain call yet, did we?
Nope.
No, it hadn't happened yet.
Nope, because Shawn's not champion yet.
Sean's not champion. Diesel and it hasn't happened yet because they were in the process of leaving when that happened.
So question
already on his way out.
Question for you guys: Razor Ramon is on this poster. Where the hell is he at for this show? How come he's not on the card?
He might have got hurt, if I recall. I don't know because I know he showed up like the next pay-per-view.
Yeah, I'm just curious. He's on the poster. He's on the poster with Nash, Taker, Bret, and Shawn, and just a random poster, picture of Razor.
I don't know. You have to ask Vince about that.
Gotta ask Strap. Where you at, Strap? You should call him in.
Oh, so.
Oh no!
Okay.
Razor was supposed to do a spot with Goldust.
Yeah, Razor was supposed to be in the match with Goldust.
That's what I remember now.
Razor was supposed to be in the match with Goldust.
He wasn't comfortable with the way Goldie was.
And they're saying that, Scott Hall refused to work with him, and that he had no intention of re-signing with the WWF and was planning on leaving for WCW.
Yep.
Due to Hall's impending departure, the angle was changed with Roddy Piper taking Razor Ramon's place, and the Miami street fight becoming the Hollywood Backlot Brawl.
Yeah, I remember that now. And then Scott said too, he apologized to Dustin. He said he wished he saw the vision because it could have made them both bigger stars.
Okay.
I mean,
at that time the whole machismo thing, he didn't feel like going down that route. But honestly, it probably would have been even better if he was the one going against Goldie because
Piper didn't need it.
You could have had the Freak versus the machismo.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Well, after this Warrior and Hunter Hearst Helmsley match, we see Todd Pettengill backstage with a new talent, new acquisition, the Wild Man, Mark Mero. And we know him as Johnny B. Bad.
Johnny B. Bad. Yep.
And he's arrived. He said been waiting for 5 years to be here at the Super Bowl of wrestling. And then Hunter Hearst walking backstage. He accidentally bumps into Mark Mero. He blames Sable. Mero said, "Hey, what the hell are you doing? I'm trying to conduct an interview." And then Triple H just clocks him one good time. And then Mark Mero,
went wild.
Yeah, he went wild.
He screamed, and them two start tussling on the ground. Oh, man. So after this, we see more footage of Roddy Piper, and he's still driving by, still going through the people with the cars and signs and whatnot. Go ahead, Piper.
That's not what the sign said.
No, man.
Lordy.
All right, well, our next match, we have Diesel versus The Undertaker. The Undertaker, he's dressed with the purple. You got Paul Bearer on his side, and Diesel.
And the mask is gone.
The mask is gone.
Yep.
Diesel showing no fear whatsoever, and he was giving Undertaker the business. Just watching this match, seeing these two guys size up one another and see how much bigger of a man Diesel was compared to Undertaker.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah. It was also impressive to see them get around the ring, Diesel, before he blew out every quad noted man, he was actually able to really get around the ring and really move around the ring. So it was good to see that. Too. Yep. It was good to see two big men get around the ring like that.
I did enjoy they both knocked each other out with the big boot, the double big boot.
Yep.
I remember talking about that.
laid each other out. Diesel had a chance to win this match. He went for the jackknife, but he took too long. He just posed while Taker was laid out. Then he hit him with another jackknife. And then when he finally decided to go pin him, Taker choked his ass out.
Yep.
Taker with a choke slam. Tombstone.
Yep.
Match over. Undertaker is your winner. Nobody really know about the streak at the time. I think he's what, 3-0?
3 or 4-0, yep.
3-0, 4-0 at the time.
Damn.
Yep.
This is definitely one of the better big man matches he's ever had.
Yeah.
And it was surprising because to me, I'm looking at these two, I'm like, oh, great. This is going to be boring. It's going to be way too slow for me, and I'm not going to like it. But them guys, like you said, got around the ring just right. They had the perfect spots here and there, and good match. Great match, if anything.
It's like Nash to a degree, definitely Taker. Braun Strowman's another guy. There are guys who, because of their size, they fight the fight that they have. It's like if it's for smaller guys, they'll fight with the big power game. You get somebody that's their size, however, all of a sudden their speed picks up and their ability picks up, and it's like all of a sudden these guys are moving around very, very well in the ring. You're looking at them like, wait, I didn't know he could move like that.
Yeah,
it's like
who's more.
It's like the bigger they are, the more they let the athletic side out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, after this, we see Todd Pettengill backstage, and he sees the gold Cadillac and the Bronco pulling up. Goldust runs inside with Marlena and Roddy Piper. He is going crazy right now. They're back. They're into the arena, and they are fighting. And then you get in the ring, and Goldust goes for a pile driver, and he takes one hand. He takes another hand. And he just grabbing that ass of Roddy Piper. Oh, man. He hits him with a pile driver, and then at one point, Goldust, he's teasing Piper, just caressing him and just rubbing on his chest. And this is like legit pissing Piper off.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like legit pissing him off. But for somebody, keep talking about fruitcake, he grabbed Goldust's nuts, and then he kissed him.
Yeah, so he absolutely, because
Golden Globes, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, because he literally Goldust kissed him, and it was over from there. Because soon as he kissed the Roddy Piper, Roddy fucking snapped. Once that happened, it was like, nope. Like you said, he got the globes. Well, he got the globes.
He stripped him.
Took him down.
He stripped him out the jumpsuit.
Stripped him, and I'm just looking like, you have got to be. I forgot about that too.
I forgot about that spot too.
This man had the lingerie on.
Man had lingerie on.
He had the thong on, had the bra, bustier set, whatever you want to call it.
Whatever.
I just need you to understand, if there is nothing that is ever said about Dustin Rhodes, if there is never anything ever said about that dude, it is that man will get into character and will run the hell out of that character, because there'd be no way on God's green hell you would have ever gotten me to wear lingerie that's running up my ass, and especially in a situation where I know they're gonna strip my outfit, my gear off of me, and that's all I'm gonna be in. You must be out your fucking mind. I'm not doing that ever.
Goddamn, pal.
You couldn't pay me enough. So the fact that he was all in on this character to this degree.
Dustin, we need to talk. 30 minutes, please.
All in.
He was all in.
Vince had to give him a little bit of the royalties from the show for that. At least a little bit.
Yeah, you got to for that performance. You got to give him some. You got to give him some. You got to hit him up with something that says thank you, because damn it, no one in their right mind would have done this under normal circumstances.
No, absolutely not. I love everybody else, Bret and all them, but what he just did, oh my God. That's
a tap into a character, the level of which I had never seen up to that point. And I think the only other guy that came close to that was when Rico was running wild in WWE.
Rico, we need to talk to you too.
We need to talk to Rico too, because Rico Constantino, as in anybody ever watched American Gladiators? Yeah, that Rico Constantino.
Yeah.
That is Rico, and that dude was something else during his time in WWE.
Yeah.
I mean, he basically, he turned Rikishi's gimmick against him, and it was hilarious.
And Rikishi's like,
it was hilarious.
So, yeah, you know what? No stink face tonight.
Yeah, nah, I'm good. You got him.
Rico Constantino, always mentioned.
Good old Rico Constantino, boy.
Another favorite of our show. You got Sid, you got Rico.
Yeah, need a half hour of his time too, because damn it, that shit was hilarious.
Yeah, I don't even care if it's a donation to something, just to get 30 minutes with your brother, please.
Mm-hmm. Like,
tag Rico if you guys know him.
Yeah, please.
Huh?
So tag Rico if you guys know him. Tag him. Find him.
I will find him on Facebook. I will find him on Facebook, social media. I will find him somewhere.
He's not anywhere, bro. He's hard to find.
Is he still in AEW?
I don't know. I know he was on Ring of Honor with Eminem. And Dumb Boys, love their gimmick. Keep doing what you're doing, guys. You're bringing stuff to AEW.
Still doing it.
Mansoor and
Massey, or I don't know what it is now.
It's
Dumb too, man. I love him.
I saw the clip. I saw a clip where they won a match, and the referee goes and he raises their arms, but they're turned away from the camera, and they're like, wait. They're turned away from the camera. And it was like this. He was like, I was like, oh Lord.
That's how you know you're enjoying your job, brother.
Yeah. Like even the referee got in, and I'm like, yo, okay. See, they're over, because that was hilarious.
That was great.
That was hilarious.
All right, main event time. The reason why we're here, WrestleMania 12, the Iron Man match. We have the champion, Bret the Hitman Hart, taking on Shawn Michaels. And like I said, they show the video package of both men, show how both guys' careers are very similar. They both started in a tag team. And the Rockers, Hart Foundation, Intercontinental Champion, Bret's the heavyweight champion. Shawn wants to become that champion. Here we go. Shawn's doing the damn thing. They show the good, the bad with him. 7-year journey. Bret the Hitman Hart in the dungeon, 11 years. Everybody loves him. 3-time champion at the time.
Mm-hmm.
We want to know who's the best, who's the Iron Man, who's the champion. And basically, Shawn said everyone knows the story, and it's going to be the final chapter. Well, it wasn't the final chapter, but we already know how it's going to play out. Bret said he want to, see who the better man is, and he's planning on waking up the next morning with that title. Well, obviously, it didn't happen, but we're going to get right into it. Shawn Michaels' music hit. Jose Lothario, his mentor at the time, Shawn Michaels' mentor, he comes out, and he just, walking to the ring. Everybody's, Shawn chickened out. Jose gets in the ring, get on the second rope. He's pointing to the heavens like Vince McMahon said. And then Shawn, he's coming down.
Look at him. Look at Shawn coming down now. Look at him.
That's 100 feet in the air. He just glides down.
One of the legendary entrances in WWF history.
And don't forget, last month in your house 6, he was on top of the house.
Yeah.
He gave him a rope. And he jumped down. Like, you going to fuck up your ankle.
Yo.
He jumped down from the house. But, hey. So, he's going to entrance, okay, it might be Shawn's time. It might be his time.
Yep.
Bret comes out. He playing to the crowd. He gives his glasses to his son, Blade.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get Earl Hebner. Earl Hebner's in the ring. He makes the rules, and
I'm going to screw you later.
Well, and just to make sure that it's noted, because anybody who remembers, Roddy Piper was the president of WWF when the night started. He was not, however, president of WWF when the night ended.
Yep, Gorilla Monsoon.
Gorilla Monsoon was officially announced before Shawn Michaels' music hit that he was in as president of the WWF at that point. So he was down there at ringside for this match as well. Which I don't know. I don't remember if he was dealing with a medical issue, which is why he was out, which is why Roddy Piper was in. But whatever it was,
he was skinnier for sure.
He was back because he had lost a lot of weight. He was back in the role by the end of the night.
Yep. All right. 1 hour.
60 minutes.
60 minutes. They try to start slow pace. You can't just go fast pace.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is. I watched this match completely, maybe like twice in my lifetime. And every time this match comes on again, I'd rather skip it, but I'll watch like the last 10 minutes. So you already know it just slow pace. Ain't nothing happening. No falls at the time. So I fast forward. I got to maybe 13 minutes left of the match. I started watching it, and they started picking things up. And it's very intriguing because that last minute, Shawn dives off the top rope, and Bret counters, sidesteps, and basically put him in the sharpshooter, and Shawn never tapped out.
No.
We had, time runs out, so you would think, oh, Bret wins. Bret's walking to the back.
Yep.
Wipes the spit off his face, off his lip. And then we hear Howard Finkel. Oh, the time expired, but the president, Gorilla Monsoon, there must be a winner. Sudden death rules. And, you see Bret upset. Come on now. We never discussed this. But, you got to send the fan home happy. So, we get sudden death. Next thing you know, sweet chin music. But Bret gets up before Shawn, kicks him again. 1, 2, 3. Shawn is your champion for the first time, and the boyhood dream comes true. We know the history between Shawn Michaels and Bret the Hitman Hart. And then I'm watching it, and then you see Bret's laid out and Shawn just there on his knees, and Earl Hebner holding the title. Usually, you will present the title to the champion first thing. You see Shawn say something, and Bret said it in the documentary before. Shawn said, "Get the fuck out of my ring." And obviously after that, Bret walked out. Shawn gets the belt, does a little pose, and Bret is heated, and we don't see Bret until before Survivor Series later on this year, because I know he took some time off, healed some wounds. Got the contract issue about to start taking place. He's doing that cowboy show or movie he was doing at the time. Lonesome Dove. And yeah, Bret, he was hot. Now it's Shawn's time.
Yep. And
I think Bret said that he wanted to present him with the title as a passing of the guard, like Hogan did with Warrior. But the way Shawn was feeling, he's like, I just wanted to be all about myself. I don't want you sharing the spotlight. And I get it. You get, this is your first time, and you don't want to share the spotlight with someone who's so beloved. But it's Bret.
But wasn't that part of his wasn't that part of Shawn's issues he had before he kind of got himself straight? So how much of that was that? And my thing is, as far as the match was concerned, it was crazy because when Bret Hart went back, and I kind of remembered this, but then when I watched the match, I was like, yeah, it made sense. It was like he went back into the ring, he talked to Gorilla, he talked to Hebner. Only thing he really had to do was put Shawn back into the sharpshooter at that point. He didn't have to hit another move on him. He just put him back in the sharpshooter and just hold it there till the dude finally passed out. He decided he was just going to go in there and brutalize him now. And that was the fuck up. That was the fuck up. Because you already had him dead to rights before the bell rang. You put him in the sharpshooter again. And this time, you don't let him out until he passes out.
Yep.
And it would have gone there. I mean, ultimately, when you say I want to find out who the better man is, and you both say that, and then you have a 60-man Iron Man match, and no one wins. Technically, you're not finding out who the better man is. You just know that both of you lasted 60 minutes. So you kind of just had to know there was going to be a winner needed, and the winner was not going to be, oh well, I lasted 60 minutes, so I keep the no.
They're both Iron Men. They both prove that they can hang, basically.
Yeah, and that's cool. But the question wasn't, can we both hang for 60 minutes? It was, who's the better man?
Yeah. And it wasn't proven in the Iron Man match.
And it wasn't proven in 60 minutes. It was proven in 61. Because the better man was the one who took advantage of a mind gaffe of the guy who was actually ahead on points, quote unquote.
Yep. If you think about it.
If he had thought about it, just sharpshooter, it would have been a wrap. But
did you guys enjoy the match though? Did you guys rewatch this whole match?
Hell no.
I did. I watched it.
The whole hour?
Yeah.
Well, hour and 1 minute.
It was rough the first, like you said, 45, because it was slow paced. But I was looking for a flaw. I was looking for a screw up, and I didn't.
There were
see
none.
anything.
There was none.
There were none.
And that's why I went back for him. Like, oh my god, these guys are just. I see why they're the best of the best at that time.
They put on an absolute clinic.
Yeah.
An absolute clinic.
And I just
it was
wish,
just too damn long.
But compared it to like what a AEW Iron Man match that we saw with Danielson and
Kenny?
Not that one, and then Danielson versus Page, which we didn't know would go for an hour, but it ended up going a whole hour on
TV time too.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that might have took over this match. That might have been better because it was so quick, so fast paced, action nonstop.
Yeah, but this is the first one. So
yeah.
So they set the pace.
Yeah, they set it, and
I mean to that respect, these days, there's a very obvious part of the equation that doesn't exist back when Bret and Shawn Michaels have their match, and that is not everybody kicks out everybody's finishers and shit.
Yes.
So if Shawn Michaels hits a sweet chin music at any point in that first 60 minutes, he's going to get a pinfall. Yep. Sharpshooter comes in. Sharpshooter, you can actually get to a rope to stop it or what have you. But, anything that's like a pinning predicament that's a finisher, back then, you got hit with a finisher, it was over. So these days, literally, you will have somebody do their finisher 15 times in a match and get kicked out of it 16.
Yep.
And
so
that's the whole in New Japan style, the fight where you constantly going until you incapacitate your opponent.
Yeah, and your brief surges, no matter who you are, the brief surges of no selling everything.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that all the time.
Yeah. I'm looking at a guy who's like Spike Dudley size, and all of a sudden he's eating chops from like a guy twice his size, like it ain't no big thing. It's like, nah, dude, you're no.
It's like Darby Allin trying to take a chop from Gunther and just eating that. That's not happening.
No, not at all.
That is not happening.
Not at all. And if it does, I know. And if it does, I'm looking at you. I'm looking at everybody sideways at that point.
Absolutely. I'm like, you can take that chop, but a big man like Drew, no way. No.
Nope.
So
at the end, we got the image of Shawn Michaels doing this. What was it he was doing? He was doing this. So, yeah.
Well, that is it for WrestleMania 12. The final show of March is going to be WrestleMania 7. It's supposed to be WrestleMania 7 this week, but cards subject to change, just like they say in professional wrestling. So we had to switch things up right quick. So that's why we brought you WrestleMania 12. So WrestleMania 7 will be the final show of March. And Poppy Plotno, he has a pro wrestling crate that he wants to show us. So let's see what my man got.
Let's go.
All right. It's time for our bi-monthly pro wrestling crate. So this pro wrestling crate is from March 2025. Spoiler alert is on the card. Who is here? For the next theme box, it will be all tag team. We'll have RVD and Sabu, the Hardys, Los Guerreros, and the Insane Clown Posse will be featured in the next.
That's terrible. They just trying to get them damn pins away from the ICP.
Shut up.
Yeah, they can't sell them, so why not just give them away?
All right, what do we got here? The greatest dark match of all time.
Barry Horowitz.
Colt Cabana and I don't know. So this is a sticker.
Can't even see the light.
Sorry.
Colt Cabana, who's that?
I have no idea who that is.
Let me see.
Is that Satnam Singh?
That might be.
Oh my
yes,
God.
It is.
Let's look.
No. Yep, Satnam Singh.
Terrible. What's that, sticker?
That's a sticker.
I'm gonna put that shit on the wall.
Yep. What do I have here? I have a Danhausen Brawler Ball.
They love Danhausen.
Oh yeah.
What do I got for a pin? Oh, I got a New Jack pin.
Oh shit.
Let me get that.
Maybe. Nah, I'll probably give it to you.
That's dope.
All right. Micro Brawler. No, I'll wait for that one yet. I got a Darby Allin beanie. You want it?
That white?
Winter's over.
Or that pink?
Pink.
I'll take that.
All right, you can have that.
I'll rock it.
All right, Micro Brawler. We got the Beast Motoro. And we got the Scapegoat.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'll take that. Autograph. What do we have? Oh, shit. He's on NXT now, too. Pretty Ricky.
Ricky Saints.
Oh, I love this. All right, this just made my crate happy.
Ricky Saints.
I'll fucks with that. I gotta frame that. All right, and for the t-shirts, we have
This
another
the best part
icon
right here.
Sting t-shirt.
Yep. Happy birthday, Sting.
It's perfect.
There you go.
Okay.
And the number one, my favorite wrestler, and yours, Eddie.
Hey!
I wonder, is that the same one Chavo wore?
I
Eddie
think
Guerrero's
so.
my favorite wrestler? Or was it like black with the orange lettering, I think?
It could have been. And that concludes my pro wrestling crate of this month.
There you go. Not bad. Not a bad crate. How much they going for now, the crate? Like 45?
Still going for about 40, but I have to get the 2X now, so it's 50.
So it's 50 a month?
Just about.
That ain't bad. You get a
No,
lot
not
of,
at all.
You get a lot of stuff, so.
For 2 t-shirts and all the other stuff, the autograph alone, especially now.
Yeah,
in NXT.
these days, one of those T-shirts will get you a good 40.
Yeah,
Yep.
so
Yes, you good.
well worth it.
There you go. All
right.
right, fellas. BDC,
Hey.
you want to shut us down?
Hey, why not, man? So on behalf of Bobby Platno, and on behalf of the Notorious One, Dom, and on behalf of myself, BDC, thanks for watching the podcast, and we'll get at you again soon. Boom.